Hey guys, okay, this video is going to address the solo part for Carol of the Bells. Okay, I know some of you have been practicing very hard. The first line is no problem for most of you if you've learned recorder 1 because it is simply that C, B, C, A pattern. Okay, now if you notice, I'm turning profile today so you can see my thumb because the thumb is going to be very important on the second line. So here's the first line, it just happens 8 times. So that's 8 times. The second line is again an 8 measure of just the same notes, but you're going to play high E, C, and D in combination. So we know low E, right? Okay. Simply take your thumb off. Okay. This is high E, low E, high E. So the pattern is E, D, E, C. Now if you notice, E, D, E, C. To get to the C, it's going to be a little tricky. I like to roll my thumb. I like to scoot it. It's just a personal preference. If you feel comfortable releasing and you have enough control, do. But I'm one that I like to roll my thumb up there. Okay, so I'm going to play line 2 very slowly for you. Okay. Okay. Now notice my thumb wasn't very far away, was it? Because if you move it far away, it's a lot to get back there. So if we take it up to tempo, it's 8 times. Okay. So take your time working the pattern up. High E, D, back to the E, slide to the C. Okay. Watch my finger work. Practice that. Okay. Count in your head. 1, 3, 2, 3. Because you kind of have to have your pulse. I like to tap my heel. I don't like to tap my toe because I feel it's a big motion, but my heel is a smaller motion. So if you're keeping time, then I prefer the heel. Okay. And that's just a preference. See what you like. Okay. It's just the heel is a smaller motion, so you're not flapping your foot. Okay. So I'm going to play line 1 and line 2. Okay. Pretty simple so far. Just a sets of 3 notes. Line 1 and 2. Now, you're thinking, man, well, the hard part's on line 3, okay? Line 3 is a high A. For some of you, you've never experienced a high A. It has what's called a half hole, or I like to think of pressing my thumb in on the back and just leaving a sliver of kind of hold for the air to get out. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Some people leave a full half hole. I have not had success with that. I tend to press my finger in to cover most of the hole and leave like just a crescent of moon there. Now, low A is here, right? We know that A. Well, high A is there too, but it's got the crescent on it, okay? And you have to use a little quicker air, okay? So you're reaching for it, okay? So the notes are A, 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 G, F, okay, to E. And there's that D to C. Okay, I'm going to turn so you can see my thumb. Okay. The thumb is very important in these. Okay, one more time. It's A, and I got that pressing. A, I can't sing that high. A, G, F, no pinky. on the high F. F, E, 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 D, no thumb, C, thumb, D, 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 E, D, A, A, A. I'm trying to go as slow as I can, but I want you to really slow this down, go back, watch as much as you can. Okay, so that high A has that crescent open. Okay, and notice my high A didn't respond as well that time either. So, I mean, it's a high A. That's the speed you should be able to take. Now, the last four measures of line 3. You have the E, low E, to F sharp, to G sharp, to A, B, C, D, E, high E, D, C. I'm going to take it very slow. So E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C, D, E, D to C. So that line is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3. Slowly again. E, F sharp, G sharp. Did you notice the change there? F sharp, G sharp. Then it goes to A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so there's that line. Okay. Then it happens again. So thankfully you don't have to learn 2 different patterns. You're just learning that one pattern twice. All right. So a little bright sunshine for that line. Now the bad news, that's the tempo if you're going 1, 2, 3. But our tempo is 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. And that F sharp to G sharp got me that time. Okay, so that's a spot where I might need to sit and just practice going from it's called isolation, and you want to find that part that you're having trouble with and isolate it. Okay, now my time is running short before my next class gets here. So what I want to do is I want to play that third line together because the fourth line literally just goes back to the C, B, C, A. Da, 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 da. Okay, so third line is our isolation spot if you're practicing this solo because it has a high A, it has the F sharp to G sharp, and it's got some hard patterns for the fingers. Okay, so third line, if you're going to spend some time with that third line. Okay.